Hey friends, Dave here on behalf of Matt and Abby. We've had a crazy couple of weeks as we've been wrapping up our semester, and I could make excuses, but I won't. It's just suffice to say we have not had the opportunity to sit down with the three of us in the same space at the same time for long enough to actually record an episode. So thanks so much to our loyal listeners for being with us on this journey. It has been a pleasure for us to serve you by talking together in front of the microphone from week to week. And this week, in honor of Christmas, I am thinking about breaks, and I would like to share with you a little something I wrote a while ago on my former blog that is now defunct, on the importance of taking breaks. So I'll play a little music, and then I'll launch in. Welcome to Hallway Conversations. We're a trio of educators who have plenty of questions about teaching and learning and school culture, and we believe in the value of reflection and collaboration as we seek to keep growing as teachers. This podcast is our place for thinking out loud together about issues in education and why they might matter to Christian educators. Welcome to the conversation. Christmas break. I still have a couple of things to wrap up from the fall semester, but I'm looking forward to a week of downtime before I start planning ahead for the spring. My students have furiously finished up things in a hectic week of projects and papers and final exams, and they are now headed home safely for a few weeks as well. And my own kids are enjoying a week and a half away from school right now too. Teachers need breaks. Students need breaks. I think breaks can actually help learning happen. In a school culture that is increasingly focused on time on task and other measurable inputs for education, this might sound outrageous, but breaks are important, and they provide times for new learning to stick. Breaks within the school day are important for learning to happen. And that's what recess is, in part. Of course, elementary teachers might also say it's good for letting the kids burn off some extra energy, which is also true, especially if they're keeping kids chained to their desks on task the rest of their time. That's probably a whole other topic we should discuss sometime. But breaks within the school day give kids the chance to move new ideas from their working memory and short-term memory into long-term memory. The analogy I once read from brain research guru Eric Jensen is this: short-term memory is like a glass that you're pouring water into. You can keep pouring water in, but eventually it'll just run over the side and start to spill out. And likewise, short-term memory can only hold a limited amount of new information at a given time. If the teacher just keeps on talking, or just keeps giving one more worksheet, that new information will just start spilling over the side. This is true for me as a teacher too. As I sit looking at the stack of tests I have to grade, I'm already plotting how I'll take breaks in the midst of all this marking. I know that if I sit there with them for too long of a stint, I might not be critical enough in my reading, because I just want to get them done. And I know that doesn't sound very professional. But again, I think our brains need breaks. We need time on other tasks to keep us sharp for the ones that need a lot of focus. And I think that longer breaks from school, such as Christmas break, may provide a similar function, though perhaps in more of an emotional capacity than a cognitive one. I think both students and teachers alike need breaks at different points in the year to help empty the glass of the busyness of learning. Changing the routine may be good for the spirit. Having a few days or weeks of something different may be just the thing our students need. Okay, just the thing teachers need too. I know I always feel that way around the end of February and the beginning of March when the schoolwork is busy and there are no breaks in sight. And a little downtime away from the normal routine of school can snap me out of my funk and refresh my attitude, leaving me ready to get back to work again. So, here's to taking some time away. Enjoy the break, everyone. And Matt and Abby and I will be back in January with new episodes for you. Merry Christmas. This podcast was literally dreamed up during one of our actual hallway conversations. Our music is by Ethan Mulder. Hallway Conversations is created and produced by Matt Beamers, Abby DeGroat, and Dave Mulder. Hey, we have a favor to ask of you. Would you be willing to rate this podcast or write a review in your podcast app? Or if you found this conversation interesting or helpful, would you consider sharing it on your social media? Those things really do help podcasters out, and we would be so grateful. Thanks for listening, friends.